Good morning, students. We are on the topic terminology of accounting. Today we are going to learn few other terminologies like cost, bad debt, solvent, insolvent, voucher, and depreciation. One by one, let us see. First of all, cost. Cost means to produce anything or to provide any service, whatever expense are incurred. Suppose we produce something, we need raw material, we need to pay labor charges and some other overhead charges. So a sum of all these three will be the cost of that product. To produce any product or to provide any service, whatever expenses are required, the sum of all such expenses is known as cost. Raw material, labor cost, overhead cost, etc. Vouchers. What is a voucher? It is a proof of business transaction, evidence. When we are buying something, we are getting a bill from the seller. That is a voucher. When we are selling something, we are giving a bill to the customer. It is a voucher. We are depositing money into the bank. We fill a receipt. We fill a form and a counterfoil of that form. That slip we get. It is a proof that we have deposited amount. So what is a voucher? A voucher is a document which is supporting any business transaction. A written document supporting business transaction. What it is? It is authentic evidence of transaction. On the basis of that voucher, you can prove your transaction. So it is called authentic evidence of transaction. What else? Nature of transaction is determined on the basis of voucher. Nature of transaction, like whether the transaction is a purchase or sale or depositing money in the bank or withdrawing money in the bank or paying your previous due or receiving money towards your due. If suppose it is a transaction of purchase, then whether it is a transaction of cash purchase or credit purchase, sales cash, sales or credit sales. So nature of transaction can be determined on the basis of voucher. What can be example? Few example: purchase bill, that second copy of sales bill. Second copy of sales bill. Whenever we make a sale, we generate two copies. The original one we give to customer, and another copy we keep for our record. That becomes a proof for us that sales was done. Paying slip. Paying slip. It is a slip which we use to deposit money in the bank, whether it is cash or check. Counterfoil of check. When we withdraw money from the bank, its counterfoil is known as a voucher, a proof to us normally. Generally, these proofs are also tallied through passbook or another statements of bank. But these become the base for writing accounts. So this is a voucher, written document supporting any business transaction. Next one is depreciation. What is depreciation? Gradual and permanent decrease in the value of an asset. We buy some asset and after some time its value decreases. There can be two reasons: passage of time, use of asset, or both. Sometimes because of passage of time, sometimes because of use, or sometimes because of both, or either of one, either of two. There is a decrease in the value of an asset. You buy a vehicle and after 1 year you won't be able to sell that vehicle at that amount, but you are buying a vehicle suppose for rupees 1 lakh. After 1 year you will find its market value is maybe less than 50,000. But no problem. But for us, suppose it is having a value of 80,000. So from 1 lakh to 80,000, we will have to bring that vehicle So that 20,000 will be the depreciation. If you find a vehicle, you are buying a vehicle and after 1 year you find that its cost is reduced by, its value is reduced by 20,000, that 20,000 amount will be known as depreciation. Because of time and because of use of asset, there is always a decrease in the value of that particular asset. You buy a furniture, you buy machinery, and you will be making use of it, and sometimes you are not using it, then also there is a decrease in its value. So gradual and permanent decrease in the value of an asset. Every year value is reduced by a certain rate. Sometimes normally a rate is decided for providing depreciation. Say for example 10%, 5%, 7%, 15%, depending upon the useful life of that asset. Rate is decided. The amount which is reduced is called depreciation. As we have taken this example, vehicle is of rupees 1 lakh and 20,000 is the amount which we have to reduce. So 20,000 will be known as depreciation. And what else? Before making payment of taxes, to government, depreciation is deducted. So this was depreciation and gradual and permanent decrease in the value of an asset. We have got a separate chapter to study the same. Let's move to the another topic, bad debts. What is bad debts? An amount which becomes irrecoverable. An amount which becomes irrecoverable, and normally from debtors. Debtors to whom we sell goods on credit is known as what? Bad debts. So when an amount, full or partial, either full amount or some part of that which is due to be received from debtor becomes irrecoverable, it is known as bad debts. It happens, we are selling goods on credit and sometimes we are unable to receive money back from our debtor. It is called depreciation.
Bad debt.
It is called bad debts. It is a loss of business. Next, solvent. What does a solvent mean in accounting? A person who is able to pay his financial obligation regularly and whose assets are more than his liabilities. A person who pays his financial obligations regularly, whatever amount he has to pay to different people, maybe it is for loan or something else, he is able to pay, he is able to maintain his routine. What else? His assets are more than his liabilities. So his assets are more than his liabilities and he is able to pay his regular debt. The person is known as solvent. What else? Insolvent. A person who does not pay his financial obligation regularly and whose assets are less than his liability. So just opposite of solvent, it is called insolvent. A person who is failing to pay his regular debt. What else? His personal assets are less than his liabilities. Then the person will be known as insolvent. But there is one condition for an insolvent person. An insolvent person can be called insolvent only if court declare him as a insolvent. So this is the basic main condition for an insolvent person. And nobody can himself declare himself as an insolvent. To be declared insolvent, he has to go through the court, and court will look into the matter properly. Court will go through his assets and liabilities position, and then court will decide whether the person can be declared insolvent or not. So this is for insolvent. So 6 topics we have learned today: cost, voucher, depreciation, bad debts, solvent and insolvent. Thank you.